Hello everyone, this is Minister William, or Reverend Will if you wish, and this is the sermon for June 19th, 2022. And as always, we'll start off with a moment of silence for prayer, meditation, and what have you. Alright, thank you. And seeing as today is Father's Day, and I like to do the history of different holidays when they come around, this sermon is the history of Father's Day. The nation's first Father's Day was celebrated on June 19, 1910, in the state of Washington. However, it was not until 1972, 58 years after President Woodrow Wilson made Mother's Day official, that the day honoring fathers became a nationwide holiday in the United States. Father's Day 2022 will occur on Sunday, June 19th, today. Mother's Day inspiration for Father's Day. Celebrate today has its origins in the peace and recreation campaigns of the post-Civil War. During the 1860s, at the urging of activist Anne Reeves Jarvis, one divided West Virginia town celebrated Mother's Day, and that brought together the mothers of Confederate and Union soldiers. Do you know there are more than 70 million fathers in the United States? However, Mother's Day did not become a commercial holiday until 1908, when, inspired by Jarvis's daughter, Anne Jarvis, who wanted to honor her own mother by making Mother's Day a national holiday, the John Whittamaker department store in Philadelphia sponsored a service dedicated to mothers in its auditorium. Hold on. Thanks in large part to this association with retailers, who saw great potential for profit in the holiday, Mother's Day caught on right away. In 1909, 45 states observed the day, and in 1914, President Woodrow Wilson approved the resolution that made the second Sunday of May a holiday in honor of that tender, gentle army, the Mothers of America. Origins of Father's Day. The campaign to the nation's fathers did not meet the same enthusiasm, perhaps because, as one source explained, fathers haven't the same sentimental appeal that mothers have. On July 5, 1908, a West Virginia church sponsored the nation's first event, especially in honor of fathers. A Sunday sermon in memory of the 362 men who had died the previous December's explosions at the Fairmont Coal Company mines in Monongahela. But it was a one-time commemoration and not an annual holiday. The next year, a Spokane, Washington woman named Sonora Smart Dodd, one of 6 children raised by a widower, tried to establish an official equivalent to Mother's Day for male parents. She went to local churches, the YMCA, shopkeepers, and government officials to drum up support for her idea. She was successful. Washington State celebrated the nation's first statewide Father's Day on June 19th, 1910. Slowly, the holiday spread. In 1916, President Wilson honored the day by using telegraph signals to unfurl a flag in Spokane when he pressed a button in Washington, D.C. In 1924, President Cleveland Coolidge urged state governments to reserve Father's Day. Today, the day honoring fathers is celebrated in the United States on the third Sunday of June. Father's Day 2021 occurs on June 20th. That was last year. In other countries, especially in Europe and Latin American fathers are honored on St. Joseph's Day, a traditional Catholic holiday that falls on March 19th. Father's Day controversy and commercialism. Many men have, however, continue to disdain. As one historian writes, they scoffed. They scoffed at the holiday's sentimental attempts to domesticate manliness with flowers and gift-giving, or they derailed the proliferation of such holidays as a commercial gimmick to sell more products often paid for by the father himself. During the 1920s and 1930s, a movement rose up to scrap Mother's Day and Father's Day altogether in favor of a single holiday, Parents' Day. Every year on Mother's Day, pro-Parents' Day groups rallied in New York City's Central Park, a public reminder that said, Parents' Day activist and radio performer Robert Spear, that both parents should be loved and respected together. Paradoxically, however, the Great Depression derailed this effort to combine and decommercialize the holidays. Struggling retailers and advertisers redoubled their efforts to make Father's Day a second Christmas for men, promoting goods such as neckties, hats, socks, pipes, and tobacco, golf clubs, and other sporting goods and greeting cards. When World War II began, advertisers began to argue that celebrating Father's Day was a way to honor American troops and support the war effort. By the end of the war, Father's Day may not be a holiday, but it was a national institution. In 1972, of a hard-fought presidential re-election campaign, Richard Nixon signed a proclamation making Father's Day a federal holiday at last. Today, economics estimate that $1 billion each year on Father's Day gifts. That is not all that long ago. My parents are older than Father's Day.
Try to focus on memories you have of them, joyful memories, and remember why you love them. But always, always remember when we all come together, the possibilities are endless. And I will see you next week. Bye, everyone.